The sun climbed over the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. In the small village of Amani, a group of children stirred. Today was the day they went to fetch water from the stream. The children, aged 8 to 12, gathered in the village square. Little Adika, the youngest, skipped with impatience. Her brother Lem adjusted the strap of the clay pot on his back. Nima and Zola, the eldest, chatted and laughed. Their laughter echoed through the village. The children set off along the dusty path leading out of the village. Their small feet kicked up puffs of red earth. They had walked this path many times before, but each journey was an adventure. The air buzzed with the promise of a new day. The children's laughter mingled with the sound of birdsong. They were on their way to the stream. The path led them away from the village into the heart of the forest. Tall trees formed a green canopy overhead. Sunbeams filtered through the leaves, dappling the forest floor with light. The air was cool and moist, a welcome change from the heat of the village. The children breathed deeply, filling their lungs with the sweet scent of damp earth and blooming flowers. Birds twittered and chirped in the branches above. Insects hummed their drowsy song. The children's voices, hushed now in reverence of the forest's magic, blended with the symphony of nature. They walked in single file along the narrow path. The forest held no fear for these children. They knew its secrets and rhythms. They were children of the village, and this forest was their second home. They walked deeper and deeper, their journey just beginning. As they walked, the forest revealed its wonders. A flock of birds with plumage as bright as jewels flew across the path. The children watched, mesmerized, as the birds disappeared into the foliage. A snake, scales glistening in the sunlight, lay coiled on a rock. It watched them with unblinking eyes as they passed. The children gave it a wide berth, knowing to respect the creatures of the forest. A family of monkeys chattered and swung from the trees above. The children laughed, their own laughter blending with the monkeys' cries. A herd of antelopes grazed peacefully in a clearing. They lifted their heads at the children's approach, then went back to grazing. The children continued on their journey, the forest alive with life. A porcupine, sensing their presence, rattled its quills in warning. The children stopped and admired the creature from a safe distance. They knew better than to get too close. They respected the porcupine's defenses. They continued their journey, their senses alert, their hearts filled with the wonder of the forest. The path took a turn, leading them to a clearing bathed in sunlight, and there in the middle of the clearing stood a lion. He was magnificent, his mane a golden halo in the sunlight. The children froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. They had heard stories of the lion, the king of the jungle. They stood frozen, caught between the urge to flee and the need to stand their ground. The lion watched them, his amber eyes holding their gaze. The children held their breath, daring not to move a muscle. After what felt like an eternity, the lion turned his head and let out a low growl. Then, with the slow, measured steps of a king, he turned and disappeared into the undergrowth. The children exhaled, relief washing over them. They had been granted safe passage by the king of the jungle. They waited for a moment, catching their breath, then continued on their journey. The forest path, bathed in the soft glow of the late morning sun, led them onwards. They could hear it now, the gentle gurgling sound growing louder with every step. Finally they emerged into a clearing. A small stream, its water sparkling like 1,000 diamonds, flowed through the heart of the clearing. The children rushed to the water's edge and knelt down, their clay pots held out. They filled them with the cool, clear water. As they worked, their earlier encounter with the lion faded into memory. They were surrounded by the beauty of the forest, the music of the stream, the warmth of the sun on their skin. They laughed and splashed each other with water, their joy echoing through the clearing. With their pots full, they turned back towards the village. They walked with a spring in their step, their hearts content. They carried with them the spirit of the forest, the memory of the lion's gaze, and the life-giving water from the stream. They carried with them the spirit of adventure and the strength of their community. They were going home,